want to just introduce yourself and who you are?
Yeah, I'm Lamis Al-Alami, Minister of Education and Higher Education in Palestine.
Okay, and how do you think technology can help Palestine within education?
Yeah. Uh, well, I think before I can say how it can help, I need to define, why I'm going to use technology, because I don't think we will be using it as an end by itself, but rather as a means to an end. This is especially when we're talking about education, and this is a general education. I'm not talking here at higher education level. Definitely, it has, as a tool, it could be used, in several ways. I think first and foremost, we have to build the infrastructure. I mean, if we don't have computers, at schools, so how can we promote ICT in education? And together with the infrastructure, we have to think about building up the capacity building. I mean, we need to train our teachers in the first place to be users, of computers, because this is very important. I mean, it gives them access to information and also access to the outside world, especially that, in Palestine, there is a policy of isolation that's being imposed on the Palestinian people, and this is one of the outlets to the outside world and to information and knowledge. But also another important aspect that we need to share experiences. First within Palestine, which means that we need to have a connectivity system inside Palestine so that schools can, communicate with each other, and also teachers can share experiences. And definitely that in order to share experiences, outside Palestine and learn from good practices there. I feel first and foremost that if we want to use ICT in education, it has to serve the quality education. There. So we have to think of the whole learning teaching process, and in a situation where still traditional teaching methods are prevalent, hence the importance, of resorting to technology and e-learning, because it's very important to have the shift from a teacher-based methodology to a learner-centered methodology. And it's here where we can serve our learners by developing their higher thinking skills, cognitive thinking. It's not only rote memory as a skill that we want to promote. So, and it's very important, to learn from practices, especially in the region, because we have limited financial resources, and that's why every penny spent should be spent in the right direction. And that's why when I talk about e-learning, I cannot envisage a situation in Palestine where we have to change all our textbooks into e-learning modules. Yeah? We have to set our own priorities. And I think what I would start with is science and mathematics. And even in this area where this is a universal language, I would look for suitable software that would serve the purpose. Of course, there is the language issue, which we have to have in Arabic as a medium of communication, but I don't think this is a very difficult issue. And maybe concentrate on areas, where we feel we need to have our own contributions. And that's why, if we're thinking of innovative teaching, and learning, I will deal with a smaller group set of teachers, those who are really, keen on developing education, teaching, learning methods. And with the rest of the teaching workforce, I would concentrate on having them as good users, of the computer.
That's fantastic. And what about this conference? What are some of your aspirations, objectives around this conference?
As I said, I mean, this is being exposed to international experiences, knowing what worked and what didn't, so that I don't have to go through trial and error. I learn from good practices. At the same time, I'm sure we'll have an opportunity to see what's available in terms of software or other technological teaching aids. And I think in a way it's also a corrective measure for us, to see whether we are really on the right track or not. And I think so far we've been able to evaluate what has been done in terms of technology in Palestine. We have worked on our own strategy. How are we going to go about, promoting ICT in education? And I think, so far I think we've been doing the right thing. Of course, we cannot just stop at just strategic planning and whatever. We need the shift is very important, from planning and whatever into the actual implementation. And I'm sure, maybe one of the biggest problems that we might face is, promoting this culture, especially among the teachers, because with the teachers, once they have got used to a certain method, it's so difficult for them to change. So this change culture is really very important, and maybe to learn from others who have managed it, well, how did they go about it?
Right, that's wonderful. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference. Thank you very much for that.